Welcome to the Team WUNAX Yugioh podcast, where we blend competitive prowess with the joy of the game. Your host will be Cardboard, and in this podcast, we're diving into the thrilling world of competitive dueling. Join us as we break down the ever-evolving meta, analyze card choices, and share tournament preparation strategies, all while keeping the spirit of fun alive. Our collective of dedicated duelists, along with special guests, will guide you through the exciting journey of Yugioh. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a casual player, we're here to make sure you not only win, but have a blast while doing it. So stay tuned for more from Team WUNAX, because in this podcast, having fun is the name of the game.
Would you be leaning more towards heavier on the Dark World or heavier on the Purrely?
See, that's the thing is I don't know. This is where like I kind of gotta. It's through play testing, in theory, where I have to find out. I've kind of done like a really light Dark World package. Like a lot of players did that at the beginning, because one snow, you see one snow and you don't have to worry about any of your discards. You're just searching. So the idea is like you go snow into something. You're not gonna have enough to go into like snow for the third time. So it's like, and then Dark Corridor came out. So I think that there's definitely something there, and I wanna explore it. So I mean, like I said, through theory and playtesting is the only way, but there is a synergy like of two really strong like explosive decks that but they add and they use the graveyard. So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea, but at the same time, so having the additional Dark World engine plays harder into draw if you're not maximizing on the Purrely stuff.
Right.
Purrely stuff, their biggest advantage is being able to play during draw phase.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
So if your engine with Dark World is it's too big, then you run the chance of drawing most of that, and then just having the draw end your turn, and you don't even have established board presence.
Exactly, it's like a Goldilocks amount. But the fact that you can do like a snow search. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You're playing Dark World Purrely.
That's the idea. That's what I want to play. That's like been my idea like months ago. You look on Cardboard Carnivore's TikTok, like I was in the lab like on EDO Pro, like cooking it up. And I've play tested a couple times. Every time I play a regional though, it's like Dark World mixed with something. And then it's like, why didn't I just play meta? So it's like I'm probably gonna end up taking pure Purrely to Minnesota regional. But the like rogue duelist inside of me that like always gets like my rogue tops with like my my mix up. This is how I do good in Yu-Gi-Oh! I like just try to break out of the meta mold, and it's unexpected, and it's usually good. Like it's not bad. So I don't know. That's my style. That's what's worked for me. So I don't know. I like meta. I always get a meta deck, but I never hold on to it or play it enough to like commit to it. So
you never learn to love meta.
I think if you're looking at like Dark World Purrely, think about it like you're playing Purrely cards, right? So if you have like 5 Purrely cards in hand, right?
Yep.
So say you're playing not even 5 Purrely cards. Say you're just playing Purrely, you should have the average like Purrely hand.
Yeah.
That like whatever. You're just average Purrely hand, or your average Purrely Dark World hand. You get drolled, and then the average Purrely hand you're getting drolled. Realistically, you're still setting up like Noir, like EP
right.
Purrely Noir.
You can still
and
do
then
some stuff.
you're still setting the trap from deck. You don't have to search for any of that shit. You're still like setting the trap from deck.
Well, if you have a more purely hand, you're playing
at the end of the day. Yeah, but really, if you think about it, you're playing a draw. That's true.
Right.
And then you get to main phase. No, but I'm saying like theoretically, even if you just have to go straight to main phase.
Right.
like,
No, I hear you.
say you just have a normal summon or something like that, like, it just plays way heavier into the draw. And also, I think if you have, like, a ratio of Dark World cards in your hand that's, like a high ratio of Dark World cards, like, if those Dark World cards weren't Dark World cards and they were hand trapped or more extenders, like Purrely starters or something like that,
Basically, yeah.
it's whatever, just something to, like, push your game state forward is a lot stronger than drawing a card that just does nothing in your hand.
Right.
So, if you're gonna play Purrely,
yeah. That's why, like I said, I'll probably full circle. Probably just end up playing it for the regional. I don't know. Unchained though, I have to learn that deck because I honestly don't like know that deck that well. Like I beat it when I didn't know it was like good, and then I realized like how good it was. I was like, wait, is this even like? I mean, it didn't seem too bad. Like, what's the main like threats? Like, let's talk about the deck for a minute because I don't know it.
For the threats of what deck?
Like Unchained. Like, what's the end board? What's the standard end board of Unchained?
Real? I have no clue.
See? I don't either.
It's the 2 DDD XYZs, and then their quick effect, Synchro, or whatever it is.
And that's like busted. That's what everybody's all getting.
Or the quick effect Link Monster.
Yeah, I seen Pack using a contract on the stream, and that was pretty neat.
Well, you want me to throw it together?
I didn't even think Unchained was a real deck, but like, what made it a real deck? Like, what changed?
It's not real. I don't even know what that deck is. It went from nothing to like
it shows that
greatest deck ever.
Okay, it literally just shows that it's like it went viral, right? It's like what Prank Kids I feel like did back at the.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
Prank Kids was an infection, man.
Before though, I'm talking like first.
Prank Kids ran the format.
When it first got released, I'm talking about like how nobody knew what.
No, when it first got released, when the deck first got released, it instantly won a YCS. It won a YCS. Actually, I'm not gonna say instantly. A while after the cards were released, it won a YCS. Then Mew got limited. Then the adventure cards got released, and then continued to win.
I know. I'm trying to say.
Actually, when the deck first came out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand what you're saying though. Like it came out, had like some play, and then gained waves of more popularity.
Yeah, and we had like new Unchained cards though, aren't there? Like there's like a new Ultra, there's like a new Spell.
Yeah.
I think. Or what?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I know there's like a new Ultra or something.
I don't know. You see a lot of the top cut though, and I think Jose broke it down in the chat earlier. Let me pull up that.
Yeah, Jose had some good info.
Like the percentage. So 6 Unchained in the top 4, 2 Purrely, 1 Bestial Dragon Link, 1 KASHTIRA, 1 Vanquish Soul Labyrinth. That Vanquish Soul, I'm not gonna lie, was saucing with that super heavy engine he was playing.
He was playing a super heavy engine?
And then he just played the super heavy to get into the battle inboxer, and then get the rosin.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And then I guess he has that effect that we can't target battle inboxers. So, but yeah, what do you guys think of Brazil?
Honestly, I haven't watched it yet.
Kamal Crooks won it.
I saw that though. That's my boy.
What you playing over there, Gally?
I was messing around with
his brand big deck had 3 Compulse in it. I was liking that. I love Compulse.
Not this one, it's this one.
Yeah, Compulse. Dude, you know what plays really cool? That compulsory evacuation device, the whatever one it is, where you have to target your own monster, but then you use like the wind-up rabbit or the other one, like to tag out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Old school combo.
The chain beat.
Yeah. Chain beat. You know chain beat. That deck was cold, dude.
I got like 30th at a regional with that deck. Like in like 2013 or 2014. I don't know if I remember.
It reminds me, I tried to build like a Trickster FTK deck, like where you actually burn them, like you set up like with chain summoning. I remember that. That was a jank deck I took to a regional. I still have faith in Tricksters actually. Like, there might be something there.
I don't think so. They just don't do anything. Like they, in reality, don't do anything. It's just like too slow. I love Trickstar, but
what about the new
the
level
cards
4?
don't do anything.
Well, we can like rank. Like I'm talking like some ghetto Trickster, like some you're gonna win with Utopia double because you're playing that new spirit monster that normal summons itself. So you're just going second all the time. Going second Trickster, locking down back row, and parallel exceed. Like that's the more like Zeus all day. So you got your Zeus, you got your your Utopia double. You got some wing cons in the bag.
Yeah, but there's just like better rainforest decks, right? If you're gonna be like doing the rainforest stuff, there's just better ones. So like Trickstars. Yeah.
I don't know, I have that in the back of my head. Like, I love decks like that. Like, Magical Musketeers is a good deck that you can do. Like, Parallel Exceed, like Utopia double shenanigans with. And then, like, Max is just insane. Being able to, like, swarm the board or add 4 cards to your hand.
KASHTIRA, though. I feel like it's falling out of grace, finally.
I just think people are sick of playing it. I don't even think that deck's like any worse than it ever was.
I don't think it's any. Well, I think it's definitely worse than it once was, but I don't think the deck is really something that needs to be worried about in a huge way. I definitely think it's something that needs to be thought about and remembered as like.
I don't know. I play KASHTIRA like every other round of every tournament I enter. I don't know. Yeah, I play it like literally every round of like every tournament I enter.
It's got like
I don't know.
a lot of good toolbox options. Like, do they still play like Big Eye and the Dark Arm Dragon? I mean, they've got a walking macro.
Yeah, Big Eye staple.
They got the Zeus.
I think they have some crazy options, but
That's what I like.
I feel like that deck's on the way out, though. Of course, there's no way they can't touch the deck again.
For sure. I don't think that deck's gonna last.
yeah,
I think it's gonna get hit.
I think
but, like, I'm honestly just so sick of the format right now. Like, all the decks are so like fucking annoying to face. Like, Purrely's like the most obnoxious deck in the world to face. It's just like FTK Zoo in reality. Like, it's literally just a ghetto. It's just a ghetto FTK. It's just a ghetto FTK. Like, it's not fun to play though. Like, there's no enjoyment from playing that deck.
I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Hot.
it's fun for a while, and then the deck gets very repetitive.
Yeah, you're like you can be a
I
monkey
feel
and play that deck.
I
like,
feel that
low-key.
with a lot of decks. I feel that with like a lot of decks. Like, I think with a lot of decks, like the deck is really fun to play, and then after a while, the deck just gets kind of repetitive and old. And I think that's why I like a lot of like the cooler strategies where it's like just shit you don't see every day. Where it's like, wow, this is like fun to play. Like,
You know what?
every time I play this deck, I enjoy it. Whatever.
The deck that I'm planning to pick up, I'm picking up from Elena at some point whenever I see him, is Adamantipator. That's like the most fun combo deck because it's all like your lines are just based on what you hit. It's more fun to do that. It's like the same as like everyone's like Lightsworn for so long. I actually didn't even hate tier that format. I hated Sprite. It was weird though. I thought Sprite was so AIDS with fucking Elf.
Was Elf?
Yeah, Elf is like
cool.
Elf is like the most obnoxious card.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we didn't have the Shizu cards or Rukalos at that moment, so like, tier was manageable.
You know what I was doing with Elf, dude? Just guess. You'll never be able to guess what I was doing with Elf.
Just some Dark World shit.
No, not Dark World. But it would have actually worked in Dark World really good because the card that we got was my Empty Jar 2022 deck. And I would pull out Morphing Jar, and it was main decking triple Book of Eclipse and Book of Moon before everyone else was before KASHTIRA even was out. We were pulling out the Morphing Jar, and then setting it, and then it would flip face up, and then you'd have to. You guys know about Empty Jar. Davian probably did. Davian wasn't even born when Empty Jar existed, so we might need a film.
Bro, let's be real. I'm cooler than you, bro. Come on now.
You're pretty cool. Can't lie. I don't have Dragon Dual Tops, let alone 5. So.
What are you planning to play for Minnesota, Davion?
Yo, I'm cooking right now. As we speak, I'm cooking, to be honest with you. As we speak, to be so truthful, I'm cooking this synchro deck. Brave synchro.
Hey, Revolution.
Brave or like adventure synchro. I've been cooking that shit.
I was playing against Grandpa today. David knows.
Grandpa?
Even though we can't.
I'm just
Grandpa is
very much so trying to.
Springborn.
Jose up in here. We got our regional champion.
Got our recent regional champion in the building.
Jose, welcome.
Man, I gotta test a lot.
Yeah, bow.
Yeah.
We were just trying to talk about Unchained, but none of these guys really know what's popping with that
Yeah,
deck.
you gotta teach us.
Maybe you can enlighten us.
You know what I mean? It's just too many interruptions. Like, it's not really that bad deck. You know what I mean? Like, if you, in my case, like if I shifted them, they only have 2 interruptions, and then just 1 imprint just resolve the problem.
Yeah.
But
the
deck is good. No, that really doesn't shut them off. No,
it
it doesn't.
beats most of their interactions, just not all of them.
Oh, I see. So is it worth using against them then? Let's talk about what cards are going to be good against them. I feel like that's going to be really beneficial and helpful.
Well,
what are we doing against them and when?
Yeah, I feel going second. You know what I mean? It does have a little bit hard match against Purrely and Cash. Even he have a lot of interruption. It just not really that good. You know what I mean? 1 Fenrir, 1 Ariser, just you know what I mean? Just resolve the whole problem. I think Nib. I think Nib is a good idea right now.
Yeah.
Like once they have the 2 level 6 on field and then link 2 the Jama, you nib them there and they probably just pass. That's why normally it's kind of like an auto win for me. Like I normally just nib them and then they need to have a standard to like keep playing, and if they don't have the 3rd standard in hand, they most likely just end up like on the trap and probably like 1 monster and pass, and then the only interruption that we have is just pop something on the field and pop something on your opponent, but other than that, it's like not really. It's nothing going on after that.
What deck are you playing, Jose?
Oh, what you mean, bro? Gosh.
Okay,
The
I
best
figured.
deck, baby.
I figured. So you have a lot of. So you play Shifter, you play Droll, you play Ash, you play Imperm, and you play Nib. Is that correct?
And Ghost Moon too.
In Ghost Mode too.
Yeah.
And Effect Veiler and Ghost Mode.
No, I don't have.
Like, yo, I play 40
Yeah, I don't
hand
have-
traps.
No, I went from 6.
Hold on.
You know.
You went from 6 what? 6 to
Yeah, I was playing 6 book, but you know what I mean? Because Unchained is like the main deck right now. Like Book of Moon is so weak against them, you know what I mean? Like you can Book of Moon the XYZ monster, but you know what I mean, they still have 3 pop after that. So it's like I'm kinda dead going second against Unchained.
Yeah, against like decks that are monster heavy, that deck will just ruin your day. I think their first matchup's Branded, honestly. If Branded has an out for if Branded has an out to their fusion, it's really hard for Branded to win.
Should I play that at the regional? Should I hop back on that? That's a good deck.
I think Branded's really good. Branded Chimera is insane.
See, I don't
feel
have
like that
that
deck
stuff. Who has that for me? Can I play that?
Yeah, the thing with I was testing a lot because I love Chimera. I think it's a really good deck, but come back to the same problem than Brandon. You die to Ash and you die to the burial. Unfortunately. Like I feel Chimera and Brandon is not really that different. Even I feel Brandon have more gas than Chimera. I think Chimera is like still die to the same thing.
Chimera's just more
Chimera though?
Chimera's just more consistent. That's all it is. That's why it does better. It's just like a very, very consistent. You're summoning 1 to 2 dudes, getting resources, and you're just throwing hand traps at your opponent, hoping it beats him.
Yeah, like if you don't have Ash, they literally end up on so much interruption plus 7 card on hand, so it's so good. But you know what I mean? Game 2, game 3. Unfortunately, we have to play around the burial. You have to play around Ash, and you have to play around evenly match, and they just die so hard.
If they just like Kaiju your Chimera monster and you didn't open Branded Fusion, like you're just so far behind. You don't have a Chimera now. Don't have a Jade.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's just a lot of stuff that hits that deck. I honestly think the reason Unchained and Chimera are doing so well is that no one wants to play KASHTIRA or Purrely.
Yes, that's true.
I just think most don't want to play those decks, and then like people also don't know the matchups against those decks well enough yet, so they just like throw matches to them.
Yeah, I feel one shifter just out of win. You I believe if you get shifted, you only have 1 interruption and that's it. Other than that, you kind of dead. And pretty much shifted, all your follow up is completely destroyed. Like if you try to play and just on the fusion, you know what I mean, you lost almost 4 cards. It's like you had no follow up, so you had to hope to like open Brandon and Fusion or something, and not even that we helped so much.
Yeah, but if you have the Branded Fusion, you can go into range. It's like not that bad, but yeah, it's just really hard.
But I feel Cash is going down. I feel like Cash like it's still solid, but people are not going with that option no more. You know what I mean? All the big, the big people, they went from Cash to Unchanged right now.
I think David's trying to talk. No, I can't hear you, David. I don't know if maybe you have to talk closer to your mic, and maybe I'm the only one. I don't know if there's like mic settings.
I can't hear him either. He said he's fixing his mic, so who knows? Or no, he said that earlier.
Yeah, I think right now Unchanged is the best option, just because the meta is not even that good. But you have to remember, like people are going to be so prepared for Unchanged going forward because YCS was so crazy. But I would say it was that guy was playing Cash, and their team was playing Cash, and I saw I hear a few things they just misplay, and that's what it caused the top. So I still feel like Unchained have a really hard time going second against Cash. It doesn't matter how many cards you have in hands. Like they literally have to open a lot of second card, and other than that, if you just only go with a Rise Up Pass and 1 Book of Moon, you most likely win.
Book of Moon seems to be extremely strong in this format.
It is a strong. It's not as good with before. You know what I mean? Like before, a lot of Book of Moon we help because Purely was the thing now. But I feel like Cash and Purely is not even that good because they actually have such a hard time against Unchanged. I think Unchanged is just way better. You know what I mean? You have 3 pop. You fusion, just link with their monster. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's so many interruption. Yeah, I mean the 3 pop card, that's enough. You know what I mean? If Purely you summon 3 monster, they just pop all 3 monster basically. And plus you have to forget like they can link with their monster, and plus they revive and the other guy, and you know what I mean, link again basically.
Wow.
But Unchanged break a lot too. like a lot of times you just ash the trap and
Bro,
that's
like,
that's GG.
I low-key can't believe people are playing Tour Guide. That card sucks so much.
Really, I hear
Yeah.
it's like the wave for that.
Bro, like, it eats so... You have to have specifically, like, the Fire one in hand, plus Tour Guide, for, like, you just not to pass on Tour Guide. Or you have to have 2 more extenders.
So couldn't you up your count to like 3 on the fire guy?
What do you mean?
They just have like up the count on those extenders, so tour guide isn't there.
No, you can't. There's very few of them. But, like, at the same time, like, if you're upping your count on extenders, you're not seeing non-engine, and your deck's already, like, not good going second. It's weird.
Then this just sounds like inherently bad.
Yeah, I don't... Like I said, I don't think the deck's that good. Every time I played against it, it feels, like, fine, but... If your deck, like, matches up even, like, reasonably well into it, I feel like it's super winnable. Like, when I played Dishti versus it, I 2-0'd it 2 times in a row.
Fish power.
I don't know. I feel like if you like we are going back to like hand trap. Like right now, if you have 1 Ash and 1 Imper, you're most likely winning. Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Seen, Kamal
I'm kind of on the game right now. Like, I'm just kind of waiting for the ban list to drop because I'm just so tired of playing Purrely and KASHTIRA every single round, like every other round of a tournament. Like it's so tiresome because half the time it just feels like, did I draw the out? Oh no, I didn't. All right, you auto win this game. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your tournament experience at Fargo. Like you didn't get a chance to not play anything but Cash or Purrely, and
It's literally all my tournaments I go to. It's so annoying.
It's,
I mean, like, yeah, I was winning, but it's just like the games I lost felt like completely out of my control. I didn't make any mistakes. My opponents just had like better hands than me, or I didn't draw the out to like the Purrely fucking Noir FTK combo. Like that shit's so dumb.
okay. Or you don't draw any type of interaction, so you just get to play.
Yeah, and they just set up a card that's immune to card effects, and then have like, if you remove it, they get like 8 cards back. It's like wild. I'm so sick of that deck.
Do you think it'll get touched?
Purrely?
Purrely.
I hope they just hit Sleepy. I don't care about anything but Sleepy. Sleepy's is like straight up just the problem.
They should give us Delicious back.
No, I think they're fine both going to 1. I hate both those cards.
To be honest, I test for a whole month with Purrely, and it's so easy. Like so many, just one Book of Moon just end the whole thing.
Dude, that card, the Derma Cannon, is super good against that card. Like just
Yeah,
screwed
like-
me over the whole tournament.
You know what I mean? How many times I Book a Moon, one monster, and just took it, and just make suits with 4 material? That's crazy.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Book of Moon is out of win against that deck because it's like you end up with only 2 cards on hand. I'll take your monster, become Zeus, 4 material, I'll let you normal summon, try to XYZ, wipe your field, you got only 1 card on hand, GG's. You just passing.
No, they
Yeah,
make me not want to play Purrely, Jose.
I literally did that all the time. Like
The deck
the
is still
last
really,
regional was like that.
the deck is still really good, and it plays.
No, the deck is good. It just
is
it's
fire.
yeah.
Dragon fire.
It's
Pretty sure they're
really-
fairy.
It's just really annoying, those cats, man. Those fairy cats.
Mucho fuego.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you had the out, you had the.
Prepared. I swear, dude.
You know what I mean? You can't just play a deck because the deck loses against any Book of Moon, but at the end of the day you have to draw the card. So you had the out, you had the out. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
So don't just not play a deck because it loses to a card. Thinking of a deck. It rhymes with Mark Turd. Dark World. No, it didn't rhyme. I don't know.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like It's like I was saying, on change, if you have Imper and Ash, you most likely winning. Then I mean, if you have the L, you have the L. You just play the deck. I still feel Cash is the best decks at this point because he just can't play Shifter. That's it. You know what I mean?
That's
You
what elevates
most
the
likely
deck to that next level, right? Like allowing to play within that environment, give you the 2 turns, and then you set up the Rise Heart. Meantime, taking away like the Veilers, the Drolls, any other card that needs a graveyard. So I think
Who's got Cash?
I think that's why Cash is the best.
I'm playing Cash. I'm joining Jose. Yeah. Jose, I'm playing your deck. We're gonna get.
Yeah, and then
John's gonna have to do a big payout.
Yeah. And something I have secret for
me.
You know what? I was so mad because we got a group, right? A group was testing, and the guy, I think he topped. I don't know what he topped. You know what I mean? For Minnesota, I was going to use Crossout as like Italy because I'm main decking Nib 9 now. But a lot of time, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people just Crossout, call Unicorn, and just go full combo after that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and people start doing that now. I'm like, oh, bro, you should have just wait.
Yo, what up, Pharaoh?
Yeah, I feel Minnesota is going to be on because once on chain is so cheap right now, and 2 because it's so easy to play the deck. It's not really that hard. You know what I mean? It's only have 1 line.
You're right, and we need to be prepared for that. We need to go in, and we need to have all the tech. We need to know when to stop them. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly why we're a team. This is why we come together and work.
Yeah, just play books and nibs, and you're like low key fine. Like, I don't think that's like their pops are scary, but if you can just like make a bunch of monsters, like they run out of pops eventually. It's more annoying than anything else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
I think 3 book, 3 Ash, 3 Imper, and 2 Moon and 2 Nib just should be a standard right now. That's my opinion.
Repeat that again. We gotta take notes.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna swap Joel for Nib or not. Joel's so good. I don't know if I'm just gonna bump
I play Shifter, so
yeah,
I
Joel
feel
doesn't make sense for your deck.
I was just gonna say that if you're playing Shifter, like it doesn't really, you don't really need to play it. But if you're not playing Shifter, I think you need to play 3 Joel.
Yeah. Because my thing is like, you know what I mean? I don't wanna have 2 cards. Like, I feel Joel is crazy, but you have to think about what is the best deck right now, and the best deck right now is Unchained. The second deck is Cash, and the third deck is basically Purrely. And I feel all 3 decks, you draw them and you don't doing, you know what I mean? You are doing nothing. Like, you know how many times I get draw and still OTK the person is crazy. Like, people's like, oh, you had that, you had this, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Nothing you can do about it. I feel draw right now is not that good.
So every deck should have hand traps. What if I'm playing Brandon?
So you don't think we should play draw this format then?
I don't think so. Draw right now is good because a statistic right now, you know what I mean? Like I just the information I got from YCS is like, you know what I mean? 85%. 85% of them don't die to draw. You know what I mean? They don't die to draw. So it's like, why would we play a card?
Alright, what's up?
Why play a card, you said?
Yeah, I wouldn't play a card, you know, knowing it won't hurt nobody. The only deck we get hurt by draw right now is Madarian or whatever it's called, that deck. But that deck is nobody's playing that deck right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of those players are going to Unchained.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so funny watching the cycle of people just like dropping their decks. Some people picked that deck up right at the start of the format, and now they're all dropping it.
Yeah, I remember at the end of the YCS, so many people were buying the Manadome deck, or Manadamian deck. And don't get me wrong, the ceiling is probably the highest of all the format. But it just dies to draw so fast.
It also just like can't go second.
You could steal a Visa Starfrost and it's just okay. Game's over.
I feel like draw is only good for like trap decks right now.
Yeah.
Like just to slow down your opponent.
If your deck can't play enough hand traps, then like draw is like one of those like, hey, we're just gonna throw this in because like we need something that's high power.
So that's like that's the card I would play if I'm playing branded. I play draw.
Most def.
Usually branded like plays Ash if they play any, right?
What's actually good for trap deck?
We side draw or what?
Well, you could definitely side draw. I mean, I still main draw with my Dynamorphia deck, and I play Ogre now. Just for like spot removal, you know, because I find that, especially in today's meta, you know, like especially because I'm playing Dynamorphia, it's like only certain cards become problems, right? Like, unless it's like thrust into tactics, then I'm probably fucked,
so
right?
What are you like removing with the ghost now? Like
it'd be like a field spell. It could be.
You couldn't even use the Rise Heart against the Rise Heart, right? Because it says graveyard at ghost.
I mean, unless he activates his effect, then I can destroy it. Oh no, because does it say send a graveyard? Well, then probably not. But no, it'd be like a birth, or it'd be, you know, especially if I'm playing cash. But you know, if I'm playing labyrinth, right, the field spell.
Yep. Okay, so that's.
Is that like the most punishing Ash?
Then you can hit the Purrely, but then I don't know. I like if they hit it off Purrely, you feel bad afterwards too. So I've just always been stopping that because it just means like I know they're down one search no matter what.
It's like not getting greedy. It's like the safe move. It's not like what you want to do.
It also cuts off the sleepy too, which is nice. Because like if they can't guarantee a sleepy, I don't care what the deck's doing anymore. That's the only problematic card. Is like sleepy is just such a fucking hassle to deal with. If they don't have sleepy, they can't go into Purrely Noir, so they have to hard make one, and they don't have any draws. It's just like becomes like infinitely easier to beat the deck. They don't get their draw 4. They don't
recover.
They don't have like a Noir on your turn. There's just a lot, yeah.
So are we like playing Cosmic to remove that trap? Or is there anything we can do about that trap?
Cosmic is very great. It's very good against Unchained.
Yeah, Cosmic's really good right now. I might just main deck it in Gold Pride, to be honest.
1 copy? 2?
I'd probably play 3, but like it also just works as like an engine piece for me to an extent, going second. So like it turns on my Gold Prides if I break, which is like not common, but it is just like a nice thing.
Oh, because of your life points?
Yeah.
What do you see? What do you foresee as a cash future in the ban list?
It's not that they have to hurt that deck. I don't think so. The deck is even that good right now. You know what I mean? It went from like 3rd place to like probably like, you know what I mean? It's not even existing no more. You know what I mean? Like all the big tournaments, it's not even topping.
Right, it's definitely not S tier like it was supposed to be.
Like I said, I literally think everyone just sold their deck. Like I don't know anyone who still like owns that deck really, or like plays that deck at locals. Because like everyone who's played it has played it for like 6 months, or like just fuck this deck. I'm so sick of this bullshit.
Yeah, I'll bow on change. I just literally don't have motivation to like test.
That's funny.
That deck?
Yeah, I haven't had motivation to drive to locals. It's like, why do I want to drive 40 minutes to just like play a bunch of KASHTIRA matches when I can just do it online anyways? And like pricing sucks right now. Both sets are just like not that good.
Yeah, it's like the people I normally you know, test with, they're like taking a break now from Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're focusing on Pokemon. So it's really hard for me to like test, and then I don't want to test on DB or stuff like that because I feel like a lot of time like DB doesn't help to like learn the deck, because like most likely you make a mistake and then you like, oh well, let me go this line because I think it's better, and normally the person won't let you do it. So it's like it's kind of like you wasting your time just playing a game you can't even like actually test, because people are so focused on like get points and stuff like that. So it's like you're actually not getting a good test on that. It's just like whatever, you know what I mean?
I've been playing, yeah. So like I was like getting sick of DB too, just because like it also just takes forever to play a match, right? Like you just do like hour like plus long matches sometimes, just so people play slow.
Yeah.
So I switched over to playing on Omega, and it's like reasonably better. I've been enjoying it more just overall, because like I don't have to fucking deal with my opponent slow playing or anything dumb like that. I just get to like play some Yugioh.
Yeah,
I'll be on EDO Pro.
Yo, switch to Omega. Omega's so much nicer than EDO Pro.
Omega.
Is that what you're playing on your screen?
Yeah, that's what I'm playing on screen right now.
What deck is this?
This does look pretty nice.
I'm playing
Wow.
Octo Attic right now.
I like the monsters hovering above.
Yeah, like, it's just like it just looks like visibly better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised there wasn't any labyrinth in the top cut. Besides, like,
Because the deck is so bad.
I think it's just that like Purrely and Unchained are so hard to beat with Labyrinth. If you go second into either of those decks, like you just can't win. Like DD Caesar, like Wave Change Caesar just negates your Wild Card and your Labyrinth, you just lose the game. So like I think people are still like coping on IKEA build, and like I don't think that's the build you can play anymore, just because like Unchained just takes the shit on you so hard. I think you just have to play like traps, actual traps. But like actual traps are hard to play.
Have you talked about Eradicator on this? What do you guys think about Eradicator?
Oh fuck that card.
Oh, bro, that shit need to get banned. That shit's stupid.
I
Although
was
it's
at
really funny when
locals, and I hit a dude for 4 spells. He was second.
The funnier one is when you like they Eradicator, you tribute one of their boss monsters, and they just don't have anything.
Oh my
And
god.
you just have no spells in your hand. And you're like,
wait,
nice,
you
nice
tribute
lady.
one of their boss monsters?
No, you tribute your own, and then you have no, and they have no spells in hand. They like lose the game.
I was about to say, like, what? How do you do that?
Damn, that's some old Rika Concon shit, what you call her? Sunvine bitch.
Sun Avalon, that deck is crazy too.
Yeah, honestly.
I feel like Troll puts it in check. Troll's a necessary evil, man, sometimes.
And then you run into that gamble effect. Did you draw one?
I hate Troll so much. It like punishes. I think that card's really good too. I don't think it's like broken per se, but I think it's like really unfun to play against. If your deck like loses to it, it's so annoying.